Hello, I'm Rob Hayes, Senior Economist at Infometrics, and in this video I will explain how you can use the data download functions of the Regional Economic Profile Toolkit, or REP. We have a separate REP introduction video that explains how you can access the REP, navigate through its various sections and interact with the dashboard. The toolkit is for premium REP subscribers and enables you to download large quantities of data from the REP. The Toolkit tab is on the far right of the screen. Clicking on it opens up a submenu. In this video I will be looking at the regional comparator maps, key industries and data download. The events calculator is explained in a separate video. Let's look at the regional comparator first. With this tool you can compare the performance of regional and district economies across a range of economic indicators. There's a drop-down box that lets you choose whether you want to compare regional council areas or territorial authorities. Make your selection and click the update button. There's also a drop-down box that lets you choose which economic indicator you want to compare. GDP or economic activity, employment, self-employment, productivity, which is GDP per filled job, GDP per capita, which is GDP per head of population, knowledge intensive employment, highly skilled employment, mean earnings, house prices, population, businesses, which is business unit numbers, and the HHI index, or the Herfindahl index, a measure of economic diversity. An area can score between 0 and 100 on the HHI index. A higher score means an area's economic activity is concentrated around fewer industries. Let's choose population. For all of the indicators, you can look at their current level, the change over the past year, change over the past 2 years, 5 years and 10 years. Clicking on any of these headings sorts all the data in the table from highest to lowest and lowest to highest. Once you have the data you want, click on the Download Table Data button at the bottom of the table to download the data into a CSV file, which can be used in applications such as Excel. Let's look at the regional comparator map. There's a drop-down box that lets you choose whether you want to compare regional councils or territorial authorities. And there's a drop-down box that lets you choose which indicator you want to compare. Some indicators measure levels in a given year, and some measure changes over time. You can also change the time period over which changes in your chosen indicator are measured. Once you've made your selections, click Generate Map. The map is coloured according to the value of the indicator for each area. The legend at the bottom of the map tells you how the colours relate to the values. You can zoom in and out of the map by clicking on the plus or minus buttons and clicking on the small icon at the top right enables you to download the map image as a PNG file, a JPEG, a PDF or an SVG. Let's look at the key industries page next. Here you can examine and download GDP, employment and business unit data for industries within your region. You can choose from a list of 54 predefined industries by clicking Use Selected Industry, or you can create a custom industry of your own by clicking Define a Custom Industry. Give your industry a name The list of industries is based on the Australia and New Zealand Standard Classification of Industries, which is an industry hierarchy maintained by Statistics New Zealand and is used in all Infometrics industry data. To delve into lower levels of the hierarchy, click on the triangles next to each industry name. Choose your industry by clicking on the tick box next to the industry name. Once you've made your selection, click the Confirm Selection button. You can change the time periods for your data and the comparator region. And you can download the data into a CSV file. You can also see your data in charts. The charts can show levels or change over time. And there's text above each chart which interprets the data in the chart. And there's a small icon in the top right of each chart. Clicking on it allows you to download the chart image as a JPEG file, a PDF or an SVG file. You can also download the data presented in the chart into a CSV file. On the data download page, you can download the greatest volume of REP data. Select the area or areas you are interested in. If you're interested in more than one area, hold down the Control button on your keyboard and make multiple selections. You can choose the data series you're interested in the same way. You've got population, employment by industry, GDP by industry, business units by size of business and industry, and employment by occupation. One-digit occupation refers to the highest level of the ANZCO hierarchy, the Australia and New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupations, and covers 8 broad industry groups. 6-digit occupations refers to the lowest level of the ANZCO hierarchy and covers around 900 individual occupations. Let's choose employment by 1-digit occupations. Click the Load Selected Data button and the data appears in a table. You can manipulate the table by moving the drop-down boxes. For example, you can move the region box below the occupation box. See how it changes the layout of the table. You can also use these drop-down boxes to add filters to the table. For example, you can choose fewer occupation groups. Once you have the data as you want it, click the Download Table Data button to download the data into a CSV file. That should help you get started with the toolkit. If you need any further help, please contact one of our economists.